Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Greg. Welcome to the channel. I wanted to talk today about the Atmakaraka a little bit more. I was talking about it in the last video I made. I got a comment on there. Um, this person was being able to relate to my Mars Atmakaraka, and this person was saying that they have Saturn as their Atmakaraka, but their Saturn is in the sign of Scorpio, which is ruled by Mars. So there's a, he was, this person was able to relate to that. That's what I wanted to talk about. Is also the sign that your Atmakaraka is in really matters too. And well, your Atmakaraka is the planet with the highest number of degrees in your Vedic astrology chart. That's what I'm talking about. Vedic Thunder Wizard Astrology specifically. So this is more of a the shamanic perspective comes into play when it comes to Thunder Wizard Astrology. So I really do like this viewpoint, along with the Vedic though. Vedic is shamanic too. It's a lot more deeper, whereas Western astrology seems a little more focused on the sun sign, which is more about your ego, you know. And the sun only it stays in that sign for 30 days. When in Vedic astrology they use the ascendant, that's there for only 2.5 hours. So it really pinpoints who you really are. So yeah, the Admakaraka, whatever sign it's in, it really matters too. I'm going to talk about mine. I got my Mars. My Mars is in the sign of Capricorn, and Capricorn is ruled by the planet Saturn. So as I was saying about this person that was commenting, he has Saturn in a sign ruled by Mars. I got the opposite. I got my Mars in a sign ruled by Saturn. So there's going to be some similarities, but some differences. Um, so Mars in Capricorn, first of all, Mars in Capricorn is exalted. Mars feels really comfortable in the sign of Capricorn. Mars is able to express itself the way it wants to. This doesn't mean it's always going to be positive either, though. Depending on the person and how I'm dealing with life and everything, everything's going to affect everything, you know. So in my early life, I felt more of the negative effects of these things. As I get older, I start getting better, maturing more, learning how to really deal with the Mars energy. The lesson for Atmakaraka Mars is to handle your aggressive energy, to really channel it in a more harmonious way, to use it as a stamina, to not use it to step all over people, to get aggressive. When it gets too negative, it can get violent, you know, and that's something I don't want to be anymore. I want to control that energy. I want to use that energy. Mars can be really a good focused kind of an energy. Mars can really help you to strategize. Um, yeah, the sign of Capricorn is really it's ruled by Saturn, and we think about Saturn. Saturn is about being very organized. It's about patience. It is the slowest moving planet in Vedic astrology. It's the one that's the farthest out, so it's got a huge orbit. It's moving really slow, so this really displays patience. It's all about details, planning things out in your life. It's about being straightforward with your opinions, with what's on your mind, with reality. No BS, just being straight up about things. Saturn is also like the judge. It is the final judge. Since it's that farthest planet that's going out there, and we look at the sun as our soul, the center of the solar system. Our soul's energy is shining out to all these different planets and getting affected by all these different orbits. Saturn is that last one that we gotta face in the end before we can really move on to our next life or move out of this universe, whatever it may be, whatever's coming next. So Saturn really represents this law of karma. Saturn is teaching this lesson of karma, and it's Saturn will, no matter how long it takes, Saturn is going to keep showing you these lessons that you need to learn. No matter how long, how many lives it's going to take, it's going to be there. The harder you resist, the more Saturn just keeps pushing down on you, pressing down on you, saying, "Nah, you wanted this lesson. This is what you asked for before you came into this three-dimensional physical life. You wanted this lesson from me, and I'm not letting go. No matter how long it takes, I'm gonna keep putting it in your face. You're gonna keep feeling this energy. And then when you start really facing this energy of Saturn, Saturn really starts to release you. You feel that weight being lifted off of you. You feel that energy that stopped flowing through you. Now it's going through. Now you feel this good liberation. You feel this great concentration in your life. You know, sometimes I really feel it really good. Sometimes I don't. You know, it's because these lessons, you can't run away from. Like Santa Claus. He knows if you've been bad or good. You can't bullshit Saturn. Saturn is the real judge, the final judge. The negative side of Saturn is fear, anxiety. You know, like a deer in the headlights. What do I do? What do I do? Shit, I don't know what to do. You know, it represents disease. When you're not facing your fears, or like say for me, when I'm letting Mars negative energies affect me too much, and I'm getting angry and angry and angry and storing that anger inside, and being like, oh, I'm gonna get that person back, eventually. Or decades go by and I still think about this person and just still have hatred and anger towards them. You're storing in energy. You're stopping energy in yourself. And this is Saturn too. Saturn is like, that's what happens. That's what happens when you don't face these things. You're not trying to be in harmony with me. You're resisting. You're slowing down. Saturn wants to free you. Saturn won't press down on you. Saturn will bring you patience and help you expand. Super expansion. Even though Saturn represents constriction, Jupiter represents expansion, but Saturn too. Saturn liberates, gives freedom, gives true freedom. That's what the sign of Aquarius is, ruled by Saturn. And this is all about, it's about displaying these positive attributes of Saturn to the whole world, uplifting humanity. So yeah, the sign that your Atmakaraka is in really affects you. The commenter on my last video, he was saying he's got his Saturn in Scorpio. So that's a pretty big one too. That's a major one. Saturn's lesson is this whole law of karma. It's this whole law of really understanding. I know how it feels to get pushed down by this energy of Saturn. It just pulls me down and makes me full of fear at times. It makes me doubt. Makes me not want to keep pushing forward in my life. It's about understanding these feelings and relating to other people that have those same type of feelings too, and not pulling them down to a lower level, but bringing people up. This is what Saturn's trying to teach as an Atmakaraka. You got Atmakaraka in the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio right away. I think obstacles too. Scorpio is ruled by Mars. It's a really deep expression of Mars. Mars is all about this energy. It's about let's go, stamina, courage, self-esteem. In the sign of Scorpio, it's very strategic. It's very deep. It goes really deep inside of the psyche, inside of inside of like a occult energy, shamanic energy, having these abilities to really direct your energy outward. Direct your energy inward. And it's the sign of Scorpio has it's that scorpion with the tail, the stingers on the end, on the tail, meaning like you never know when a Scorpio is going to sting you. Scorpios come at you in a strategic way. They're not like say like an Aries, which is ruled by Mars too. Aries, and Aries is more like the general, or it's more like the soldier that's fighting straight up ahead with the enemy. They could see him over there and they're shooting at each other. Whereas Scorpio is like the whatever you call them, the Marines, I don't know what they are. The ones that are at nighttime, they're sneaking in behind enemy lines. They're going in there and sneaking up behind people and slicing them and getting information and taking it back to their own place, whatever you call it. Not much in the military, but yeah, that's what Scorpio is really deep that way. And then you got Saturn there. Saturn is deep as it is. So that energy of Scorpio is affecting Saturn. It's giving it that energy to really go deep within, So, and Saturn, Mars too is really sensitive too, emotionally sensitive, really passionate in the sign of Scorpio. You know, there's a lot of obstacles to overcome. It's about this death and transformation too, which is what Saturn is too. Saturn is all about, hey, you know, you're gonna die. You know, live your life now. Do what you want to do now. Face it and live it the right way. So yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. Is how the sign that your Atmakaraka is in affects you. And if you want to know what your Atmakaraka is, I do offer Thunder Wizard Astrology readings. So I'll leave the link on the bottom. If anybody's interested, I'll give you a reading. Just make the purchase. I'll reply to your email. I'm gonna give you a mantra that's connected to your, based on your chart. It's whatever's really most effective for you, what you really need in the now to really help you out. I got to check out the chart and see what's going on. But I'll give you a mantra that's connected to a planet and a deity. And these mantras are really powerful. They really help keep you really focused in life, and get you to do what you really want to do with your life. You know, stay focused on yourself, uplift yourself first before anything else. That's what we all want to do. All right, so talk to you guys later. Peace.